Oh man, this one's it's pretty funny. I find this funny actually. It's one of those cases, I don't know if it's go woke, go broke, or I don't know exactly. I guess we'll talk about it. We'll discuss. I'm just gonna do this off the cuff. I find this really funny. All right, so what am I talking about today? This is awesome. Um, HBO Max's Batgirl shelved. A $90 million DC film starring Leslie Grace had finished filming. They already spent $90 million and they shelved it. They got rid of it. Like, it's gone, not releasing. Originally, this movie was going to be released as an HBO Max special. And then they thought, well, we're spending all this money. Why don't we release it theatrically, in the movie theaters? And then David Zaslav, I don't know, right here, this new CEO of Warner, David Zaslav, he shelved it. And if you don't know what's going on, Warner Media, which owns DC, Looney Tunes, all that sort of stuff. It was originally bought by AT&T, and then they got rid of it because they lost I don't know, they bought it for $44 billion, and then they sold it for half that, a few years later or something like that. And they sold it to whoever owns it now, and then now they're selling it to Discovery, or Discovery's buying it from AT&T. I don't know. It's been changing hands a bunch of times. And Warner Media owns, obviously, Warner Brothers, HBO, CNN, a bunch of different other things. Anyways, Discovery Channel, which I think they have those home building shows, that are kind of cool. Anyways, the current CEO over there, David Zaslav, is now the CEO of Warner Brothers and Warner Media, or whatever they're calling it, Warner Discovery or something like that. And so he has come in and he has said that basically he doesn't like, which I like this statement, he said, he doesn't like what DC has been doing movie-wise. He has come out and said DC should be on the same, if not higher, playing field as the MCU. And so he's mad that basically whoever is running DC, the movie stuff, DCEU or whatever they're calling it, he's mad and he thinks they messed it all up. So he's coming. So the Batgirl originally had a budget of 70-80, but it ballooned up to 90 million due to COVID protocols and shooting and completing shooting, all that stuff. So it's up to $90 million. I mean, I'm sure they still have to do special effects and whatnot, so it's probably going to cost a little more, but he shelves it. And why did he shelve it? He goes, according to Insider, simply did not work. That's it. He said it simply did not work. Adds the decision falls in line with the mandate put down by the new WB regime to cut back on feature films premiering on the streamer and deciding which films will be released theatrically and which one will be shelved. He has come out also and said that what I'm trying to do with the new DCEU or whatever he's going to call it, basically the MCU but for DC movies, he's like, these are going to be massive events like Infinity War and Endgame. These are going to be, you have to go to the theater and see it. That's how they need to be. And this Batgirl does not fit in line with that at all. Now, after spending $9 million, you think you'd just release it anyways on HBO Max. But nope, he doesn't want to do that. He thinks so low of this film, so that it's so bad, that he doesn't even want to, after spending $90 million, he doesn't even want to release it on HBO Max. Now, granted, he didn't greenlight this project as he wasn't the CEO at the time. He just became the CEO. So this project had already been filmed. He steps in, he watches it, and he goes, this is trash. Get rid of it. He's like, but we already spent $90 million. He's like, I don't care. It's not gonna fit in line with the theme I'm going for. Or it basically is, he thinks it's trash. It's plain and simple. This new CEO just basically thinks nearly $100 million film is trash. Now, I could have said that from the beginning because, I mean, the Batwoman Girls CW show that they had was just, man, one of those things, go woke, go broke type of things. But why did I think this was going to fail before I saw anything? Okay, who's this Leslie Grace? Okay, obviously, okay, she's going to be Barbara Gordon. Okay, let's see what Leslie Grace has been in. Okay. All right, so obviously they're going for not a traditional white actor. She's Dominican American. Who cares? I don't care about that. But let's see what she's been in. Well, why should she be Batgirl? Okay, so she did a music video, and these are all Spanish music videos, I'm assuming, or Dominican, whatever they are. Another Spanish, all these music videos. And then she did In Heights. So she did this movie. All right, I had it pulled up. In Heights, and it's a musical. And I remember this was like I remember reading this like was a super duper woke musical or something, and I think it failed. In Heights. Let me see. Did it lose money? Wiki. Let's do the Wikipedia. In Heights. I want the film. Where's the film? Oh, here it is. Film. Yep. Budget 55 million. Box office 54 or 45. So obviously you have to do. That's just production. That doesn't include advertising and all that kind of stuff. So it bombed. Lost money. So the only thing she's ever done, other than music videos, I'm assuming she's a singer, so that makes sense. She was in a musical. That's it. And that's the person you're going to cast. Which this is why when people say go woke, go broke, it's not because of like, oh, because they casted a traditional white person and they put, whatever she is, Dominican in the role, right, to seem more whatever. It's not because of that. It's because of the fact that when you do these things, you are looking for someone to fill an agenda versus trying to fill who's best for the role, especially when you're spending almost $100 million making this movie. And so therefore, what ends up happening is you get not a good actress, right? She's been in music. Guess what? I have been in music videos before. As many of you know, I'm a musician. So I've been in many music videos before. Do you think that I could play Batman? I would love it in a million years. I would definitely love it. I would take it in a heartbeat. I would do it for free. I would actually pay them if I could be the new Batman. 100%. But do you think I'm qualified? No, I am not qualified. I shouldn't be in it. Like, the movie would suck, to be honest. So, therefore, and you could also say, look, I've been on screen on YouTube for years. So, there's my acting ability. Do you think that I should be Batman? No, I don't think so at all. I would love it, and I don't blame this girl for taking it. I would jump instantly on that chance. But I blame the people, the writers, the directors, the casting agents, all those idiots that decided to cast her. And it's like, well, she could be really good. It's like, sure. Like, she has zero experience other than that In the Heights thing. And I guarantee you that In the Heights thing was it 2001? They were already, came out in 2001. So they already had casted her because this got pushed back because of COVID. They already had casted her in Batgirl before this movie even came out. So technically her only stuff she had were these music videos. I am more qualified for her. I have a YouTube channel. There's my acting, on-screen camera. Plus, I've done music videos. I've done probably close to this many music videos, actually. So, there you go. That's why it's people, the go woke, go broke is not because she happens to be a person of color or whatever. That's not the reason why. It's because they choose to hire people to fit an agenda, which end up sucking more. So it's not just her, it's the writers, the directors, all those people. Like, they're like, oh, let's get a writer who's, marginalized or whatever they want to call it. They do their woke stuff, and so they get a couple writers. And so the writers aren't very good. They're not the best writers for the job. They're there to fit an agenda. Okay, then it goes down to the casting. They hire people that aren't best for the job. They just fit an agenda. And then the directing and all that kind of stuff. So you have all these layers of people sucking a little more each time. And so then you end up having this film or something that comes out that's just, according to David, this David Zaslav guy, simply didn't work. That's a nice way of saying it's trash. That's what it is. It's trash. So he doesn't care that they spent $100 million or $90 million on it. He thinks it's garbage, regardless. So he doesn't even want to release it on the streaming platform, which we put zero advertising budget into it. So I'm curious. I'd like to see it now. I'm sure it's boring and terrible, and no one really likes it. So, yeah, that kind of sucks. So, let's see. Let's see. Thinking about the cast and crew, there's someone, I don't know, wasted $90, tossed it away. Film I heard was good. It's disgraceful, blah, blah, blah. You heard it was good. Of course, well, I'm doubtful. I don't think so. It is trash. He watched it. It doesn't fit his, what he's trying to do going forward, which I kind of agree with him. If he's shelving movies like this, that's probably a good thing because it's trash. I mean, I haven't seen it, but judging by the Batwoman TV show and how they handled that, yeah, I imagine this would be just as bad. And I would rather, at this point, since we have so much superhero stuff, I would rather just have good superhero stuff than, I want quality over quantity. If this was the 90s, then I would have taken anything. But now that we have such good stuff coming out, especially from Marvel and things like that, I want quality. I want to root for these people. I want to see them in a big event. Can't wait. Like Infinity War was, man, that was amazing when that first came out. The only reason I didn't like Endgame as much is because they didn't give Hulk his revenge. He just held up a building at the end. He needed to be in there to fight Thanos. I'm not going to go on that, but that pisses me off because I'm a Hulk fan. All right, what do you think of this? I think it's funny.